Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Hey guys, this is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. I'm Toddy One Skip. I'm not quite like the bird that somebody decided to use and try to imitate me on. I guess when you don't have content, you go after content creators. Guys, many of you have sent that to me, and many of you have also sent that to the YouTube. So that's fine. I don't need to see what somebody says about me. I know who I am. But if you guys want to go ahead and send it to YouTube for bullying and harassment, by all means, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. Guys, I'm just trying to use some critical thinking here. I don't want to talk about content creators because I don't need to. And I wasn't. I talked about content. And I felt that the content that channel put out made Patrick affiliated with Jason in a nefarious way. Watch the video. Well, it got taken down. Got taken down. Maybe it'll come back up. Mine got taken down because of the address. Maybe that was taken down for false allegations. You just can't come up and make these declarations or proclamations about people. It's libel, it's slander, and you can't do it. You just can't. It's against the law. There's a law for it. I'm not talking about me because, yeah, you can make fun of anybody you want. I think it's really ironic when you make fun of somebody and you're behind an avatar. God knows what you look like. I'm 62 years old. I'm proud of the way I look, and I love my hair, and I think I wear it well. Actually, I have merchandise on my other channel. That's the logo. So you ain't getting me on that. I just want to use critical thinking here. I watched Patrick's Facebook Live last night. He's the only one talking. Why isn't Eric talking? Why is Patrick the only one speaking? Now, listen, we can be critical about this. I want to be critical about this. Maybe Patrick is speaking simply because he lives in the area and he has no choice. He's got a broken leg. He can stay in his house, or he could stay with a family member, maybe, I don't know. I'm sure he has friends. He's been friends with Ernie Evans, he said, for a while. I'm sure if Patrick wanted to get away from the situation, he could get away from the situation, but the guy keeps showing us his face. The guy keeps speaking. The guy continues to help or try to help the Whittakers. Eric hasn't done any of that. Now, he hasn't. He hasn't been on social media. He hasn't answered anybody's questions. Nothing. He has kept stump. Nothing. The one guy that I guess half of you are blaming this on has offered to give his house. Now, I don't care what his house looks like. It's what he has. It's what he bought. It's what he was working on. He offered to give it to Betty. Haven't heard Eric say, hey, let me give Betty $5,000 to at least get her into a place. Nothing. And he has their money. I don't think that that's a question here. I think that we know that he has the money. He's even said he didn't trust Patrick to have control. He said that in a video. He took control over that. He didn't want it in the spot fund, nothing. Okay? It wasn't a spot fund where you could see how much people have donated, right? Because they would donate directly to the spot fund. That's what I believe Patrick had set up, because Eric said, oh no, let's get that out of the spot fund. That's what happened with Mark Ladle last time. No, that's not what happened with Mark Ladle last time. What happened with Mark Ladle was the disbursement of the money and where it went, as opposed to some people thinking it should go just to the house, and some people thinking, well, it was their money, and when they asked for it, he gave it to them. Either which way, they got their money. He didn't leave and take their money. Mark Lada didn't do that. So the problem wasn't with the spot fund or the GoFundMe. The problem was with the disbursement of it. But because Eric Carroll said, oh, that was the problem, the spot fund me, a lot of people believed it. They didn't stop and think, no. The problem was that when people asked for the money, he gave it to the family, and there was no house built because of that. That's what it was. There was no problem with SpotFundMe or GoFundMe. People use it all the time. Go look. There's millions of people using that. So, can you at least stop and think about that? Those people that are so critical and think that I'm just picking on Eric. I'm just using common sense here. That's all I'm using is common sense. And if I did something wrong and I was under investigation, I wouldn't be out here trying to help people. If I didn't have that in my heart, I wouldn't be out here. I'd be trying to save my own ass. Well, there's only one of those two characters that appears to be doing that. So, it's not a side that I'm on. I mean, those of you that don't understand critical thinking, of course, I'm on a side. But those of you that understand critical thinking and think of it on their own, you might not agree with me, but I'm 100% sure that you could understand why I see it that way. You might not agree with me, but you can understand it because it's there. It's common sense, right? One person leaves with all the money, and one person's there saying, hey, I'll give that woman a piece of my property. I'll give that woman my house. Who would you believe? I mean, like, who is the one? Let's say that they both did wrong. Let's say that they are both as guilty as the other one. Okay, let's just stop there and say they're both guilty. There's still only one person trying to help out that situation currently, and one person has all the money. And they're not giving any of it. And you know that a third of that money belongs to the Whittakers. So what's the excuse in holding it? We got paid. What's the excuse in holding the money? They got paid last month too. What's the excuse of holding the money? Can somebody just tell me that? Why can't Eric wire the money? Why can't Eric send a money order? Why? There's no reason. The lady needs her money. She earned the money. Her family earned the money. How would you like that? Where do you think that that's right? Where do you think that that shows Eric in good character? I'm asking. So, a lot of you, and I think, listen, let's not be stupid. Some of this distraction are people meant to distract from what's actually going on. If you guys want to play that game, I'm not interested in playing that game. I don't care about the content creators out here saying, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? And guys, you should also do the math. People buy views. People buy subscribers. When somebody's videos go crazy and you don't see them anywhere else, I've never bought a subscriber. I've never bought a view, and I'm not going to. And people could look at my channel, forensic investigation about my channel, and they would see that. Those people with the same brains can go look at the other channels and go see that. Go see credibility when people buy things. I'm just saying, you could check it out. Guys, again, it's not about content creators, but if you're going to get your information from content creators, check out your content creators. Check out who they are. Check out what they have in common. I don't know Patrick. I don't know Eric. I started with the Whittakers over 1.5 years ago. And again, I could prove it on my other channel. You could check it out. Okay. Guys, again, please don't send me stuff that other content creators are saying about me. I don't have time for that. I don't care about that. But, if it's bullying and harassment and they're going on and on and on about a content creator, clearly they don't have any content. Clearly. Okay? And if it's bullying and harassing behavior, yeah, you could go ahead and send it to YouTube. Guys, I'm going to continue on with this today. There's a few things that have come up. So we'll see you on the next one. But guys, just stop and think for 1 second. I'm not saying Eric or Patrick. Forget about that. Forget the names of these people right now. One guy left with money, and we haven't heard from him. It's almost been a month, right? And one guy is there trying to organize people coming and helping cleaning up and offering things to Betty, who is clearly in need. Guys, just use your critical thinking. This isn't about them. This is about the Whittakers. But in all fairness, only one guy's speaking, and only one guy seems to be trying to help. And that's just what it is. That's clearly what we see. Guys, I'll be around today. So thank you for everything. I really appreciate you and all the stuff you guys have sent me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, this is the Whittakers story. It's so sad, so heartbreaking, and it didn't have to end like this. It didn't have to be this way. Don't let it be your story, guys. Don't let it be your story. Know who your friends are. Know who is helping you. Know who has your best interest. And check on their character. Look at their past. All right, guys. Take care. See you on the next one. Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip.